right, I want to start off with Michael with this one. For the next hot take, we're going to stick on the topic of the National League, but we're going to go to the NL East. And I know you got to put Braves bias aside. Shout out to Talking with Tyler. He sent this one in. Mets win the World Series. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, 1984, period. I
Yeah.
don't know what else to say about that. They're not going to do that. I mean, no, I mean they absolutely can. I mean, they're a really good team. See, the thing for me this year, like that's different about him is Pete Alonso
Mhm.
is hitting like
Yep.
for average. Like that's nowhere. He's never been anywhere near a really good like hitter for average. He obviously he's had the power his whole career, but the fact that he's doing everything right now at the plate is just lethal when considering how good Lindor's been. Soto will get clicking eventually. I think he's starting to play better right now than he has
Mhm.
earlier this season. Um, I hate the Mets with all my heart.
Yeah.
Amen.
No doubt.
Amen.
But yeah, they're. I mean, it's definitely possible. I just think that the Phillies, Dodgers, and even the Yankees, I feel like are better teams than them. So we'll see.
Hold on.
But they definitely could though.
Very quick, Twins. I want to point out something very quick because I know, I'm a Cardinals fan, not National League East, any sort of bias. But I do want to point out, the Mets team last year made the NLCS, and the pitching was the problem with that Mets team.
Yep.
But this season, it's looked fantastic. Clay Holmes is proving why he should be a starter. Huascar
Yeah.
Brosabon has looked. I believe, I don't know if he's a rookie, but this is like his breakout year. He's doing great for the Mets. David Peterson, as well. Kodai Senga is looking like a top 10 pitcher in the National League. So I feel like the Mets are a force to be reckoned with. Do I think they won the World Series? Again, you still got the Dodgers, you still got the Phillies, you got the Yankees. Like, I just, I mean, I World Series bound
Yeah,
champion. No.
sure. Here's my thing about it. Like I do as much as I hate the Mets, just like Michael. The Mets are my least favorite team in baseball, by the ways. I will say at some point down the road, I say maybe in the next somewhere down the line in the next 10 years, they're gonna win
Yeah.
at least one World Series and maybe two. But right now, there's just a few things. There's a few concerns amongst all the positives that tell me that they're not World Series ready yet. And of course they can always, tweak these things throughout the season, but it's been a recurring issue, and that's defensive struggles, namely. And you talked about the pitching, and the pitching's been very well, and the bullpen's starting to get a little hurt right now. I mean, AJ Minter just hit the IL,
Yeah.
and but to me,
Well,
I
AJ
think
Minter's been hurt.
well, yeah, I'm just saying for, just throwing that out there. But I think defensive troubles is what's really going to halt the Mets from making any deep run in the postseason. And I think the biggest sign of that I saw was in the Subway Series that took place last weekend. Because, I mean, you had Mark Vientos, I think, that had 2 errors throughout the series. And then there's that one play where Pete Alonso had that terrible throw that allowed the go-ahead
Hmm.
run to score in the or to score the eventual winning run. And then the prominent gold glover, Francisco Lindor, he hasn't really been himself at shortstop. I mean, his bats look really good. But, I mean, they don't even have a corner outfield that's playing above average in terms of defensive statistics. And I think in terms of winning a World Series, defense is something you have to have down to a T. And I just don't think the Mets do. So definitely down the line, but I don't think they take it this
Well,
year.
you also have to remember
Case.
it's only May. There's plenty of season to be played, and
Exactly.
Steven likes to say this all the time. You don't know a true baseball team till it hits June and July. That's when
Yeah.
teams finally hit their stride and they show their true colors. And we see it all the time in every MLB season that a team has woes at the start of the season and then they shape into perfection at the end of the year. We saw the Braves do it multiple times, but most notably 2022 and where the Mets fell apart, the Braves came back and took the division. We saw the Phillies do it the year they went to the World Series. So I expect the Mets to tie it up defensively. Like you said, Jackson, pitching's been phenomenal for New York. Michael, like you said, last year, Pete Alonso was either home run or nothing. Now he's an all-around type of guy. And I think the Mets could, when it hits July, August, September, they could be very dangerous. We could easily look at them and say they could win the World Series.